Hey there, Kev. I thought you had to have 20 years of service for disability. So Kev's making a comment to a prior post, I believe, that I had, that someone asked if they'd be eligible for any benefits if they had at least 15 years of railroad service. So disability with railroad retirement, it kind of gets complicated because there's two types. There's occupational disability and there's total and permanent disability. And to be considered for those benefits, there's different requirements. So typically occupational disability, usually you have to have at least 20 years and a current connection to be considered for an occupational disability. An exception to that would be if you're 60 and over, you only have to have 10 years and a current connection. For total and permanent disability, there's not a service requirement to be considered for that other than you need enough service to be vested. So potentially it could just be 60 service months to be considered for a total and permanent disability. And in that video, that guy was talking about leaving the railroad industry, and I assumed he's probably working somewhere else. So most likely, if he was going out on disability, he would have broken his current connection working outside of the railroad industry, and most likely he'd have to meet the requirements for a total and permanent disability. He definitely would if he didn't have at least 20 years of railroad service, or he was age 60 and over with 10 years, he could be considered. But most likely with him working outside the railroad industry, he would have broken the current connection. So typically total and permanent disability would be what he would be filing for. And if he was vested with Railroad Retirement Board, he would probably want to file through Railroad Retirement Board, even though he's working somewhere else. And a lot of folks don't know that, so I just want to make sure in that video that folks understood that. And sorry if this makes anything any more confusing, because like I said in the beginning of this video, it does get confusing with the different types of disability with railroad retirement, and also folks leaving the industry, breaking the current connection and things like that. So if y'all have any follow-up questions, please ask.